Hello, everybody. This is Young Family Tai Chi, Section 3. And today we are going to do Fair Lady 3 and 4. So we already did 1 and 2, but we're going to review 1 and 2 before we go into 3 and 4. And 3 and 4 are actually kind of like repetition. So as a warm-up, I'm going to go into cross hands, and we're going to do section 3 up to the end of Fair Lady 2. Okay? So here we are at cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Shift right, turn the left toe almost to straight. Shift weight back, separate hands, pull back the right foot. Swing, step, brush, strike. Roll back. Circle your arms, shift your weight back, and turn to the side. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, and expand forward. Push. Square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come back over a ball and push forward. Diagonal single whip. Shift your weight back and let your hands flatten. Turn and pull all the way around, push down, release the left foot, make your hook hand, ward off with the left, single whip to the corner. What horse parts its mane? Shift weight right. Turn so the left foot is between corner and straight. Come back. Look back. Pull in the right. Step and open. Shift back. Shift forward. Turn your hands. Close and step. Looking back, open, and shift weight. 3, shift back, come forward, turn your hands, close, and step. Shift and open. Transition to Grasposfero's tail. Shift back. Turn, right foot goes toward the corner. Come in, close and step, left ward off, right ward off, shift right, turn, pull left, ward off right, close and step, right ward off. Roll back, reach to the corner, shift weight back to the other corner. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, and expand forward. Push. Square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come back over a ball and push forward. Single whip. Shift weight back and let your hands flatten. Pull and turn all the way around, press down, release the left foot, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Fair Lady 1. Shift weight to the right, turn and ward off with the left hand. Shift weight and come face the front. Step and turn your hand, passing palm, separate and strike. 2, push down, both hands on a line to the diagonal. Turn, step and close, open, strike and turn the left foot. How did that go? Any questions?
I really have a hard time getting into a bow step on that turn.
Okay, so the problem with that is at the end of Fair Lady 1, when you press down and you turn your left foot so that it's straight, if you don't get it to straight, it's very hard for you to get the bow stance here because your angle would be even more than 135 degrees. So if you can't get it there, then you should use the modification. So I think I did the modification for you last time once, but
I actually missed last week.
oh, okay. So let me show it to you one more time. And the reason I think it's good for you to learn, in addition to the case where you can't make the 135-degree turn with your left foot, is that it's actually more similar to the other Fair Ladies than the correct way of doing it. So I will show you why that's so. So here, I'll show you the correct way first, and then I'll show you the modification. So the correct way is at the end of Fair Lady 1, you're here. You're pressing down on this line on the diagonal. Then you're turning and pulling. So the left foot goes to the straight. Then passing palm, you pull in, step, and close. So when your hands cross, you step. Then as you shift weight, you open. And then as you strike, you're shifting weight and turning this foot to the side. The modification looks like this. So from here, let's say you come down and you turn. And let's say you can't get all the way to the straight. If you can't get all the way to the straight, then you use a T-step and you step back and turn your foot. So you're going to turn your foot and start your passing palm. Then step and open, strike and shift weight. So that actually looks more like 1 and 3 than the standard way of doing it. So let me show it to you one more time. So if you're here and you come down and you turn and you can't get all the way to the straight. So all you do is you step behind and turn on your heel. You see the front heel? You turn on the heel as you do your passing palm. Then separate, strike. So does that help, Veronica?
Time will tell.
I'll do it one more time because even for people who don't use this, you'll find that the next move, which is Fair Lady 3, is actually very much like a mirror of this move. So at the end of Fair Lady 1, you press down on that diagonal line, you shift weight to the right because you're going to release the weight so that you can turn your left. So you're going to turn on your left heel. And then, however far you get, you step behind and you turn on your left heel as you start your passing palm. Then step, shift weight. So what you essentially did was you reversed the order of the stepping. When you're doing it the standard way, what happens is you come down, you turn, you do your passing palm as you step, you open, and then as you strike, you turn this foot to the side. So when you do the modification, you turn the foot to the side first before you step. And that gives you a more stable back foot from which to make your bow stance. Does that make sense? You want to try it again? So if you're here, you press down, you turn, you come back and step behind, passing palm as you turn your left foot to the side. Then open and step, strike and shift weight.
It looks better at the end.
It should make it easier for you at the end. Because for a lot of people, even if they can step to the corner, they can't step wide enough. So they end up having one foot to the side and one foot to the corner. But when they come back, they find that their feet are right next to each other. They don't have that distance, shoulder width between their feet. So it's important that you get that shoulder width distance, because otherwise you will not be in very good balance. Okay?
Thank you.
Sure. Okay. So are there any other questions on Fair Lady 1 and 2? When I first taught you Fair Lady 1, I gave you a 6 count because I wanted to emphasize the stepping. I'm going to show you Fair Lady 1 with a 5 count that just emphasizes the turning, because there are 5 turns. So if you're coming here from single whip, you have 1, 2, and I originally showed you 3 with no turn, just a stepping and a turning. But if you do 3 as step, turn, and passing palm, 4, 5, then it will look more like the other Fair Ladies. So let's try that. So if you're from single whip, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have a 5 count for the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So essentially 3, 4, and 5 become your passing palm, separate, and strike. Are there any questions? Yeah.
So let's just say on the second Fair Lady, I'm still a little on the arm that strikes. What's the position before when you are, you're doing this and then you strike? It's up.
You're here.
It's up at your.
You're here.
Like above.
So
it's above your
so
armpit, or
it's in front of your shoulder. Think about if you're doing brush knee, you would be like this. Instead, turn your hand around.
Okay.
Okay. because your next move is going to be a strike, right?
Okay, thank you.
The other reason why I want to emphasize that is that if you think of the hand as being in front of your shoulder, you will not do this. Okay, you want to be in front because you want that round shape. Okay, so let's do that from single whip, just so that we get the continuity. And then I'll show you Fair Lady 3. Okay, so you're at single whip. You're turning 135 degrees with the left foot and making the left ward off shape. Then you're facing straight. Then you're turning, stepping, and passing palm. So all your weight is on the right. Step, strike, 2. You shift weight back, press down. You have just released your left foot so that it can turn on the heel. So the heel turns to the straight. Then you pull in the right, cross and step. As you shift your weight to the right, you open and then shift weight, strike and turn the left foot to the side. The thing that's a little tricky about this one is you are gradually shifting your weight from left to right as you're opening in this case. So when you're here, you come down, you're here. When you're doing your passing palm, you step and close. Then as you're opening, you are gradually shifting weight so that you're kind of like in the center when you're here. Then you do the complete weight shift and turn of the foot. And it's a waist turn as well. Okay, so that's how you generate the force. You do the waist turn and the weight shift. So are there any questions? Okay, let's go to Fair Lady 3. Fair Lady 3 is vaguely like Fair Lady 1. So you're coming from here. What you're going to do is you're going to shift weight back and press down. Then your next move is you're going to shift weight to the back and move the right foot so that it's toward the side. Then as you shift your weight to the right, you're going to passing palm. You're going to pass palm and release your left foot. Then open and step to a bow stance, strike. So you can see it's very much like Fair Lady 1. Because remember when you were doing Fair Lady 1, once you came here and you were at passing palm, all your weight was on the right. And open, strike. This is very similar because you're here, you come down, you step, and you turn, release. Here you are at passing palm, all the weight on the right, open, strike. Does that make sense? It's just that little bit of transition. Fair Lady 1, you're coming from single whip. And this one, you're coming from another Fair Lady. So this transition is more like all the other Fair Ladies.
So is it like Fair Lady 1 in that you are warding with your left and striking with your right?
Yes, exactly. So basically, once you get into passing palm, they're the same. It's just getting to passing palm that's a little different. So the other thing that is a little different is this is the, well, unless you're doing the accommodation, this one is when you step. So here, when you're here and you come down, you shift your weight back and you step. And if you remember when you did white crane, you did the same kind of thing. Do you remember when you did white crane? You came down, step and close, and then open. Well, it was a definite step. And this is the same kind of thing. And for the same reason. The reason you step is so you can adjust your position. So yes, in the form, I want you to step to the side. But if you are actually using this, you might want to step here or here, depending on where your opponent is, you know. So that's why they want you to step as opposed to like turning on your heel. Because turning on your heel does not give you the flexibility that stepping does in terms of changing your position. Okay? So let's do this a couple more times. So we are at the end of Fair Lady 2. So the right hand is warding off, the left hand is striking. We're shifting weight back, and both hands go on this diagonal line. Then shift weight to the left, step to the side. Then you're going to turn toward the corner and passing palm. Then open and step, shift weight and strike. So since you know Fair Lady 1, this one's pretty easy, right? So if you're here, you shift weight back and press down. Change your right footwork. Then put your weight to the right as you turn your body, release the left. You're doing passing palm. Open and step. Shift weight and strike. You should remember also that when you're doing the final position, what you're actually doing is you are coming up, you're deflecting before you're striking. And if you look at it here this way, can you see my strike is way ahead of my deflecting? So I'm deflecting first and then I'm striking. So make sure that you are not like this. You want to be one ahead of the other. Okay? So when you're here, you shift weight back and press down. You step, and then you turn your body toward the corner. You're turning your hands as you do your passing palm and putting all your weight on the right. Then open, strike.
Rita, when you open after passing palm, are you
Yeah.
already with some weight in the front leg or still the weight in the...
The weight is in the back. So here, you come here, your weight is in the back, you step. Your weight is in the right, and your passing palm, your weight is in the back. Step and open, strike. So when you step, you're just putting your heel down and you haven't transferred weight yet. It's when you strike, you're transferring the weight. You're doing a waist turn and transfer weight. Same time.
Okay.
Okay? Now, everything here is circular. So I want you to remember that your passing palm is also circular. So when you do a passing palm, let's see in which, I just want to show you, when you do a passing palm, usually you're here, you're turning your hands over. You're making a circle and coming under. Okay, so make sure that you make that circle when you come under, regardless of which side you're doing it. If you're doing it on this side, then it would be like this. Okay, so it's usually you're here, your palms are down, and then as you turn your palms over, you're making a circle and then coming up. And the other thing that I don't think any of you guys are doing it, but just to tell you, make your circle flat. So when you're here, what you want to do is you want to come like this. You do not want to come down here. Do you see what I'm saying? I want you to make your circle kind of flat. Okay? It's just like a parent close-up. Remember when you were at a parent close-up? Your circle is really flat here. Same thing. So you have 1, 2, and 3. 4 is exactly the same as 2, except it's in 180-degree direction. So let's do 1, 2, and 3 first. And then we'll see if we can do, yes.
When the arm that's warding off, when it's in this position and then when it changes to that, is it changing any distance from your head, or is it the same position and you're just changing?
You're here. Essentially what happens is it's not changing. I mean, your arm is changing, but your hand isn't changing. So if I'm back here, okay, if I'm here, when I'm pressing down, I'm pressing down. It's my arm that's moving.
I meant when you change from here to, when you, before you strike and then when you strike, the hand that's warding off.
Yes, it changes at the same
The
time.
distance from your head.
It's the same as white crane. So think of it this way. When you have your tree shape and you turn your palms out, that's it.
Can I see your side view when you do it?
Okay.
I can just see it.
Let's say I have my tree hugging, okay? And then I turn my palms out.
Okay.
Can you see? I'm over my head, but I still have this kind of rounded shape here. You see that?
And it's the same as when you turn your palms. It's the same
shape. It's the same shape. So here, I'm turning my palms. the same shape.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think that Fair Lady is confusing primarily because you're doing all four corners. And you're so used to doing things straight as opposed to doing things on the diagonal. And you're doing the four corners counterclockwise the hard way. In other words, you're going from northeast to northwest, but by way of south instead of, going more directly. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, we're going to do 1, 2, and 3 in a row. Okay, so let's do single width. So we're going to shift weight to the right, turn the left toe to the corner, shift back, turn your foot and your hand and passing palm. Open and step, shift weight and strike. 2, press down on that diagonal to the corner. Turn on the heel of your left foot to the straight. Come in, close and step. This is the passing palm for number 2. Open as you shift halfway and strike as you turn your left toe. 3, press down on the diagonal. Your weight is on the left as you step to the side. Then shift to the right, passing palm, release the left foot, open and step, shift weight and strike. How did that feel? Pretty good, yes? Okay, if that's good, let's go on to number 4. Number 4 is exactly like number 2, except it's 180 degrees. So I'll show you, or you can follow along. So if you're at single width, 1 is you're turning, 2 is you're going to the straight, 3 is you're stepping and passing palm, 4 is open, 5 is strike. 2, press down on the diagonal. 2 is turning, 3 is step and close, 4 is open, 5 is shift weight strike. 3, press down on the diagonal, shift your weight to the left, step on the right, turn, passing palm, this is 3, 4, open and step, 5, shift weight strike. So 4 is the same as 2. So what would that look like? That would be shift weight back, press down on the diagonal, turn, close and step, open, shift weight strike. So 1 and 3 are supposed to be more or less similar, and 2 and 4 are exactly the same. Okay? Any questions? Other than practice. Okay, let's do it a couple more times, okay, from single width. And that way you can get all 4 together. So from single whip, shift weight back, turn. You have the left ward off on the left. 2, shift back, release your hook hand. 3, passing palm. 4, open. 5, strike. 2, press down. 2, turn. 3, step and close. 4, open. 5, shift weight strike and turn the left toe. 3, press down, shifting weight to the back. Step so that your foot is to the side. Turn, release the left foot, passing palm. 4, open. 5, shift weight strike. Fair lady 4, shift back and press down. Turn so that your left toe is toward the front. Oops. Then 3, step and close. 4, open. 5, strike. Okay, are there any questions on that one?
Just one question. When you say passing palm, is the movement is only to put the hand here behind, or is this the all the way?
Passing palm is this part. It's just this part.
Okay.
So it's exactly what you did when you did apparent close-up. Remember when you did this part? That's passing palm. Okay, so you're here, under, and basically your hands cross, and then you basically deflect and strike.
Okay. When we are crossing, it's not passing palm anymore.
It's yes, it's still part of it, because
Yeah.
if you're here, that's the end of passing palm. Okay, so you're here is the end of passing palm. Then the next part is this part goes up and this part strikes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So the way a lot of people divide the third section is at the cloud hands. So the first part, the way they divide it, is the third section is they would have wild horse parts its mane and the 4 fair ladies and cloud hands. And that would be the first section. Then after that, you would have another series of moves. The second section has a lot of repetition from the second. The third section has, the second part has a lot of repetition from the second section. So, so you get to have a little review. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to go from single whip to single whip. In other words, single whip and do all 4 fair ladies. Then we will do a transition, go to grasp the sparrow's tail, and then go back to single whip. Okay? So here, you're starting at single whip. And Fair Lady 1 is shift back and turn. Shift back, step and passing palm. Open, strike. 2, press down, turn, close and step, open, strike. 3, press down, step, turn, passing palm, open, strike. 4, press down, turn, close and step, passing palm, open, strike. Now the transition to grass with sparrow's tail looks like ward off. You're going to come down and your hands are going to look just like ward off. So your left hand, palm up. Right hand is standing, facing toward the corner. Then as you shift your weight toward the left, you turn your right toe to that corner. Then you shift weight back, pivot on your left toe, one hand up, one hand down, close and step, left ward off. So the difference between this transition and the transition from Wild Horse Parts Its Mane is, remember when you were at Wild Horse Parts Its Mane, you were here. And you turn this toe toward the corner. But what happens is, as you turn your hands, you're going to pull in the left and then step and close. In this case, when you're at Fair Lady, instead of pressing down like you usually do, what you're going to do is you're going to make a ward off shape. Then you're going to turn. And because your feet are close together, you don't have to pull in. As you have one hand up, one hand down, you just pivot, step and close, and you're warding off. Okay? Any questions on the transition?
So from when you're actually coming, I think I saw your left hand come down and then go up to ward off.
So when I am here, let's see, what direction should I be doing? If I want to do it here. Okay, if I'm here, okay, I'm going to have one hand up, one hand down, close, and left ward off. So you're here.
Thanks.
Okay. So then the rest of it is grass with Sarah's tail. Okay. So I'm thinking of, before we close class, I'd like to do it from cross hands all the way up to the end of, well, after this transition, you're going to go into grass with Sarah's tail, and then you're going to single whip. So I want to go to the end of that single whip. Okay. So if we're here, for cross hands. The reason I'm doing this, by the way, is that one of the hardest things about learning the third section is remembering all the pieces. So I'm trying to give you the whole sequence so that you can remember all the pieces. Okay, so you're at cross hands. Embrace tiger, return to mountain. Shift right. Turn, separate, pull in the right, swing, step, brush, strike. Roll back, circle your arms, shift your weight back, turn. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come back over a ball and push. Diagonal single whip, shift back, flatten your hands, pull and turn. Press down, release the left foot, make your hook hand, ward off with the left, standing ward off, step and strike. Wild horse parts its mane, shift right, turn the left foot, past the corner, less than straight. Come back, pull in the right foot, close and step, turn and open. Shift back, shift forward, turn your hands, come forward, step and close, turn and open. Come back, shift forward and turn your hands, step and close, turn and open. Transition to grasp a sparrow's tail. Shift back, turn the right foot to the corner, shift your weight back, pull in the left, step and close, left ward off, right ward off. Shift right, turn the left foot, pull with the left, ward off with the right, step and close, right ward off. Roll back, reach to the corner, shift weight back, go to the other corner, press, pull in the right, attach the left, expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come back over a ball and push forward. Single whip, shift weight back, flatten your hands, pull and turn all the way around, press down, release the left foot, hook hand with the right, ward off with the left, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Fair lady works the shuttles. 1, shift right, turn, come back, passing palm, open, strike. 2, press down, turn, close and step, open, strike. 3, press down, step, turn, passing palm, open, strike. 4, press down, turn, step and close, passing palm, open, strike. Transition to grasp a sparrow's tail. Make your ward-off shape as you shift weight toward the back. Turn the right toe to the corner. Pivot on the left ball. Step and close. Left ward off. Right ward off. turn, pull and ward off, step and close, right ward off, roll back, reach to the corner, shift weight back, press, pull in the right, attach the left, expand forward, push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come back over a ball, come forward and push. Single whip. Shift weight back, flatten your hands, turn and pull, push down, release the left, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, and strike. Okay, how did that go? Okay, good. So your job this week is going to be practice that. And next week, what we're going to do is we're going to do a review of cloud hands. And then probably the next two moves, which are going to be snake creeps down and golden rooster. So it's a little more complicated, but they're actually relatively simple to describe. They're just a little difficult to do. Okay, so get ready for that. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend. Thank you.
Okay, have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Train with you again.
Okay, great. Thank
Bye.
you.